give it a hello, and welcome. We're doing a bit more 2025 retrospective and talking about all the concerts we went to. I got Cole here because we went to almost all of these together.
All except like
two, I think. Yeah. And then you went to one that I didn't, but that's not in here. This is my video.
It's not?
Nah, I'm sorry. You can talk about it.
Yeah, I'll shove it in at some point.
You shove it in at some point.
Don't piss me off.
These are just in chronological order. I didn't come up with slides or anything for them. I just thought it's just nice to reflect, you know. And we went to a lot of concerts. The first couple of years I was in Toronto, I don't know. I was kind of finding excuses not to go to concerts. I felt, maybe I'm like too old. Concerts are really fucking expensive these days, but this year I figured, you know, why not say yes? Let's switch the default. Let's just go. And I'm really glad I did. I had an amazing time at these.
Shout out to University of Waterloo, the spirit of why not.
The spirit of why not, baby.
Woo! Shout out to Cindy.
All right, so the first one.
Get right to it.
You weren't at this one either, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was something that a friend of mine invited me to.
Oh, this is the whole slide, right?
Yes.
Okay,
There's no like additional slide.
Yeah.
I just
All right,
some like typography here.
Just double check.
Basically, they do this sort of show every couple of weeks at this jazz club, where this jazz band will play like kind of like melodies and beats and stuff from famous hip-hop songs or other genres, oeuvres and stuff. This time it was The Roots and Common. Big fan of both those artists. And then people from the audience will come in, kind of tap somebody on the shoulder and swap in on an instrument, or they'll bring their own instrument and just riff, or they'll come on stage and just start like freestyle rapping. It was pretty incredible. I really was blown away by the amount of talent on display here. I mean, it's not obviously just like randos. It's like other amateur musicians and stuff. It's kind of like busking or whatever. But really, really cool experience. When I heard about it and I heard this gimmick, I shouldn't say gimmick, but you know, this practice.
Well, it is kind of a gimmick.
Yeah, but
was this ticketed or?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a gimmick then.
Okay, it's a gimmick.
I think if they're selling you something, it counts as a gimmick.
Yeah.
Because a gimmick doesn't mean bad.
No, that's true. Yeah, gimmick isn't a negative term. So the gimmick, I was like, maybe I'll pop up on stage, drop a few bars. And instantly I realized how out of my depth I was compared to the talent and skill and practice of everybody else in the room.
Not to sound like incredibly harsh. Yeah. But like never do that.
Well, I learned.
Maybe the people who run this would disagree. Okay, but as like people on the outside, the white woman should not go on stage at the Common and the Roots tribute performance and start rapping.
No, yeah, and everyone that went up and rapped was black. And after like two, and they were both like amazing, I was like, nah, that was a terrible idea.
You gotta get up there and start doing the international underground.
Just dropping the entirety of both verses of B.O.B.
Yeah.
Totally breathlessly, totally ignoring the tempo and the contributions of every other person on stage. But yeah, it was really cool. I would like to go to something like this again. Only downsides, like no seating at all. So you're just standing the whole time. And I am getting old, so I was sore. And beers were literally $20.
Yeah.
And, you know, a vibe like this, you want to hang out, you want to have a few drinks, I think. It's that kind of show. It's like a mingling kind of show. And
it's funny that beers are actually cheaper at, like, Scotiabank Arena than they are at this show.
No, I know, yeah.
that should not be.
I don't know. I was like, I understand the crowd I'm running with now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. On the next one?
Okay.
This is another one you weren't there for. This is the Oregon drone artist Callie Malone. She just hits big chords on the organ and lets it ring and resonate for minutes at a time. This was actually performed in a church that I sing at. We're going to talk about that in a bit, too. That's on this list.
That wasn't a concert you went to. That was a concert you performed in.
How could I perform it if I didn't go to it?
If you rank that in your top 3...
It's 0.
I actually like...
It's number 0.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, really, really cool experience. Very different than listening to the recording, because you get the hugeness of the room, the hugeness of the organ. This is the largest pipe organ in Ontario, I'm pretty sure. That was very cool. It was kind of like interesting because it's kind of like you run out of stuff to think about pretty quick.
Largest pipe organ in Ontario? You mean my genital?
Oh!
That sucked.
So I was there with Michael, right? Michael's always very stoic, very locked in. And I'm not going to say I was bored. I don't think bored is the word. But I definitely started, after maybe like half an hour, being like, I don't know what else to like think about, you know? Like I feel like I've kind of taken it in and had the experience, and it was amazing and mind-blowing.
And Michael was there and was going, G minor.
Yes, no. So I don't know, we talked about it later, and he's like, oh, I like trying to like pick out different like overtones, and the constructive interference and stuff will create like kind of pulsations in the pure tone, and all these other things that I was like, whoa, dude, I'm a lobie at listening to a chord on the organ for a long time. It was funny, I had choir practice here the next day, and I talked to the director about it. He was telling me other stories of like strange musicians they've booked at the church, which is pretty cool. They're very open-minded about this stuff, which is nice. And her husband came out for a few songs too, Stephen Malcolmus.
I think that's his name.
That's his name? Of Sun, the drone metal band. So it's cool to see him too. Some 4-hand chords.
And he wasn't even in his hood.
I know. Yeah, he was just chilling like a regular guy, wearing all black.
What a jackass.
Yeah, this is a very cool one. Never been to a concert quite like that before. All right, next.
You couldn't even get the fucking YouTube over.
I thought that kind of added to it. This was me. Look, it's me. Look.
Yeah, that's you there. Here, I'll highlight it with the mouse.
There I am, singing the tenor part. We sang.
Gotta look for the woman that's taller than everyone else in the whole choir.
Mogged. Yeah, this is one of my favorite choral pieces. I was very, very excited to sing it with such a talented group where, I don't know, like all through university and stuff, not to brag, but I was usually in kind of like the upper tier of people that were like good at it and stuff. Yeah. Here, it's like there's legit pros, and it's just mind-blowing how quickly we learned it, how quickly we improved, how far we took it. I think we fucking crushed it. I invited a lot of people because it's a relatively short piece.
Yeah, it's only like an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half, whereas most of the concerts I do for choir are like 3+. Yeah. So you're in the audience. Got any thoughts from an audience member?
I don't know, it was good. My ass thanked me at the end for not driving it into wood for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It was cool up here. They were projecting the lyrics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you could understand what everyone was saying, because this was sung in German?
Yeah, in German. Yeah.
So that was cool. You could follow along a little bit. Was it my favorite of your concerts? Probably number 2.
Number 2? What was number 1?
Despite it being, like, incredibly long, I forget if that was the first one you did or the second one, but it was the one where they had that, like... They had, like, soloists for, like, Jesus and Pontius and other
Yeah. That was
characters.
that was actually both of them, but the one you're probably thinking of that it's like more about Jesus, it's a bit more dramatized, was the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was cool.
Yeah. Well, hope you're ready. There's another one coming. It's April.
Oh.
But yeah, check it out on...
I thought you meant another one after this. I was like, fuck, I don't remember that one. Oh, no.
Yeah. But check it out on YouTube. You can watch the whole performance and hear me sing.
Yeah.
La 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 la. That's what it sounds like. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Wow, it's one we actually went to.
Yeah.
Together. Yay. Spiritbox. The openers were Loathe, Dying Wish, and Gel. Gel is covered a little bit by our faces here, but it says Gel.
I don't remember Gel.
We might have shown up after Gel. I think they were the first opener, maybe.
Yeah, because I definitely remember Dying Wish and Loathe.
Yeah. We went to this with my cousin.
Shout out Mike.
Nice
guy.
This was at a casino that's up north of Toronto.
Yeah.
It's my first time ever being there.
Northwest, I guess.
Northwest, yeah. Kind of Vaughan area for any GTA heads listening. We won $50 on the slots while we were killing time before the concert.
Yeah, before the concert, Mike popped a tenner in there, and on our last play we won $50. And then I was like, "You want your $10 back?" And he was like, "That's yours. You won it." And I was like, "Cool, wow."
Spirit of the gambler.
Spirit of the gambler. That's true.
I was very impressed with this venue.
Yeah, this is a great venue.
It's annoying
venue to get to, but it's like worth it.
Yeah, it's just like no fuss, no muss. Huge crowd pit here, as you can see.
Yeah.
Very ample seating up and above in the balconies, side balconies. Very punctual too. Just like I was telling my dad that we were seeing something at the casino, and he's like, "Oh, casinos are really good for just making sure the band plays on time."
Yeah. Well, because they got a lot of other stuff that they need to be happening.
Yeah, they've got it down to a science. Sound was great. And I was really impressed with Spiritbox. They put on an awesome show.
Yeah. They're incredible. They're one of my favorite metal bands, and especially of like sort of the recent wave, I guess, because they got really big over COVID with Holy Roller. That went pretty huge as like the one major metal hit basically of 2020. They had already had a whole music video for it that kind of had like a midsummer thing going on, which a lot of people got really into because that was still,
that was a hot aesthetic.
Only a year previous, right?
Yeah.
So that was a whole big thing. And yeah, they just keep getting better. And I was a fan of Courtney and her husband when they were in I Wrestled a Bear Once, which was like a very deranged metalcore band from like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I know that band.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to them that much, but I know that because the name is very memorable.
Yeah. So the original singer left to go have kids.
Oh.
And then they joined us. I mean, they've talked about it as like, oh, well, we kind of had fun with it, but we never really felt like we were like in the band as much as we were just kind of there. So that's why they left and started doing Spiritbox stuff in like 2017, 2018 maybe.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Because they had like some EPs and stuff before then, and then Eternal Blue, I think is what it was called. I was going to say Perfect Blue, but that's a movie.
It's a movie. Great movie.
Eternal Blue is the name of their first album, and that came out in like 2021, I think. And that was a great album that had a lot of awesome songs. That had Sam Carter from Architects on it. And a song called The Yellow Jackets. That's a great song.
Band we'll talk about later.
Yeah. And then, I was super excited for Tsunami Sea and excited for this concert. So I was just really, really happy to get to see them.
Yeah.
Because especially
nasty.
from good old Victoria, BC.
That's true, yeah. Little CanCon.
Proper CanCon, Vancouver Island.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. So yeah, that was great. And I mean, the openers that we saw were good too.
Yeah, solid.
I mean, this Dying Wish in particular, I really liked, and that was of course the origin of me telling you don't piss me off.
Really?
Yeah, because remember the like kind of chubby bald white guy who's playing like bass or something was like one of the screamers and was trying to get the crowd hyped up and was like, for this next one you've gotta go, don't piss me off.
That's why he started saying that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh man, you get a lot of mileage out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
absolutely.
great line.
Well, because it's like
Don't piss me off.
it's like a hilarious thing to say. And especially
right.
with that guy, it was just like,
Oh shit! Wow.
saying that to the audience at your own
Don't
concert.
piss me off.
Who's giving you money? It's all backwards.
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
so they were a lot of fun. Loathe was like good, but I think I was just confused because they're called Loathe, and then their music is very melodic.
Yeah, that's true. I would have
They're
guessed
far
from the
more
name.
typical verse chorus type of metalcore band.
Yeah, I would have
was
expected
like-
something more evil.
Yeah. But yeah, Spiritbox was awesome, and I mean they played so many fucking great songs. Like that new album Tsunami Sea has so many great songs on it, and they played a bunch of stuff from all their previous work for the most part. There are definitely still like a couple deep cuts that I didn't play that I do hope I get to hear live someday.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
Probably
that's
rotate
kind
through the
of
catalog
that's
and
kind of what you want in some ways, like
Leave them
to be
wanting
left
more.
to be left wanting more.
Yeah.
You know?
Go see them again. I was very impressed.
It's great, but like Circle With Me when she did that, and she hits the end of it with like the scream sing part.
Well, are we actually not seeing them open for somebody?
Now we're seeing them open for Evanescence this year,
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
so that'll be interesting.
That's gonna be fucking
Because
awesome.
I assume that's only going to be like a half hour or 45 minutes.
Sure, yeah,
instead
yeah.
of like the full
set.
set here. It was like
Yeah.
I think like an hour and a half probably.
Probably, yeah. No,
That's
it was
usually
good.
What headliners do. They ran through a lot of great stuff.
We had great seats too.
Great
Like,
seats. We could
just,
see everything. Like
Felt like I could settle in for a nice long show.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I don't know. It was just so sick, and it was also funny when they mentioned being back in Canada, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to Montreal," and some guy booed, and she used like mom voice on him and was like, "Don't boo them. They're nice people there."
I wonder if he thought that it was meant to be like a rival thing.
Yeah, it was
where
supposed to be
we
like-
were supposed to boo, and then they were supposed to be like, "Yeah, that's right, because we'd rather be here at Toronto." Like it's fucking sports, you know?
Well, it's gonna be like, we don't like playing in Shelbyville.
yeah.
Rock lives in Springfield.
All right, what we got next?
Kendrick Lamar, SZA, and DJ Mustard.
This was a crazy show.
Yeah, this was like an unbelievably elaborate stage.
Yeah.
production.
This made me like understand a little better, at least, why people go so nuts for like the Taylor Swift tour or the big Beyonce tours and stuff. I just had no idea the magnitude of like showmanship and sets and props and transformations and storytelling and the amount of things that like change to the stage. Like you can see this like big fucking car here.
Yeah, the big GNX.
The GNX would like wheel out but then like go away, and then other stuff would come out, and there's all these dancers appearing at different times, and it was so long too.
Yeah.
I think that was like my only complaint, is that at a certain point you like can't even be impressed anymore. It's just like, oh my god, this is like the fifth like set, it feels like.
Yeah, well, it was like they had the Mustard set at the start, which was really fun.
That was great, yeah.
That was a good one.
Played a lot of bangers.
Nobody's too gangster for this one. Started playing Party in the USA.
Ah, man, that was
Cyrus.
great. That was great.
Good. Yeah, and then Kendrick Lamar and SZA were like trading back and forth like every 4 or 5 songs, basically. Play some, go backstage, the next person would come out, and they're like 2 very different like stage aesthetics they were going for too. Because SZA was doing a whole like bugs thing.
Yeah,
like-
she had giant bug props.
Yeah, she was riding a giant mechanical ant, and then she like got lifted into the sky and turned into a butterfly.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of screen videos of stuff rotting and whatever. Like, she was really going in on all the high concept. And then Kendrick's thing was more of like a deposition.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing all these deposition jokes about, about Drake food.
And we saw this on Father's Day.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
His first show in Toronto since the unpleasantness with Drake. And hearing everybody get so into the jokes and the videos about that, and any little aside he made about that, everybody just popped off. And then he did not like us, and that was like the biggest totally unglued reaction of the entire night.
Yeah, that was an explosion.
Which
I mean, like, even
made
when
me really proud.
even early on when he did Euphoria, people were
he
already
did Euphoria.
losing
Yeah,
it.
people
like,
were, because they knew that meant he wasn't holding back just because he was in Drake's home turf.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
We went to New Ho King before too for dinner.
We did go to New Ho King.
They were having like a Kendrick concert special.
Yeah,
where,
everybody gets a free drink
Yeah.
for eating in, so that was nice.
It was fun.
And,
It's tasty food.
went with our friend Jeff. Big ups to Jeff.
Big ups to Jeff. Shout outs to Jeff if you're ever watching this. Great time going with you, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a really good time. I don't know. It was an awesome show. I mean, like, because I saw us as
For the SOS tour, right?
Yeah,
So
2023.
2023, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw her in, like, February of 2023 with Patrick for the SOS tour, which I think was at Scotiabank Arena. And that was also great, and also was, like, a super elaborate stage show with, like, a whole story of, like, being on a boat and the boat crashing and finding land, and she was, like, lifted out over the crowd in, like, a lifeboat for a few songs and, like, a bunch of stuff. So, they both got the flair for showmanship. I mean, we also saw Kendrick before.
That's
on
right.
the
Yeah.
Mr.
And
Morale
that was
tour,
a crazy ass show
which also
too.
had some elaborate stuff, like him getting put in the cube,
Yeah, the
being
cube
lifted
was
up in the cube.
Fascinating.
But yeah, I mean, they did like all their hits basically, and their stuff together as well, which was super cool, and Black Panther songs and everything.
And people went nuts for Loathe.
Yeah,
because that ended up being like maybe Kendrick's like biggest song yet.
I don't know if that's true.
It's huge at any rate.
It's very
I didn't
big, though.
really
I don't
realize
think it's bigger than Not Like Us. Not Like Us. Was
well, not okay. Yeah, Not Like Us.
an
Yeah,
absurd
that's kind of
explosion.
another
But,
tier,
like,
I suppose.
and
But yeah.
off the album GNX, I think that's
yeah.
definitely the biggest hit out of all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I have never been to a concert like this before. I think in terms of just the magnitude of it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So good, and yet like still really sublime at times too, man. Like, do you remember there's a part where he starts kind of mashing up Mad City into like other tracks from like To Pimp a Butterfly and stuff? He would just start like flipping on other verses and just being like blown away by that.
Other tracks from
Good Kid, Mad City, right? Yeah. Just the I don't know, the artistry of it at that like very intimate level too. I found really, really moving, even though it was mostly mind-boggling, spectacular, big stuff. It still had that feeling of virtuoso-ness too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just keep going to see Kendrick. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's a great show. We've done it twice, and both times it was like, that's one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my stupid fucking life. So
I've been to Kendrick 3 times.
Oh, yeah, because I saw him on the Yeezus tour.
Kanye on the Yeezus tour, yeah.
Man, that's like one
That
I
was
wish I
an
could.
amazing show.
It's one I wish I could go back in time and go to, but there was no way I was going to be allowed to go to that at like 13 or 14.
Could have met me and Richard in the stands. That would have been strange.
That would make this a little bit not okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, so now, you know what we're just holding out for? 2035. Play To Pimp a Butterfly in full. 20th anniversary tour.
Hey, not impossible. Not
Not
impossible.
impossible.
All right, what's next?
Eerie.
Another one that you didn't go to. More of these than I thought that you didn't go to.
Well, we just went to a lot all in a row later on.
Yeah. The combo is coming.
Yeah.
So this is Mount Eerie, formerly known as The Microphones. Just the solo project of this fella here. I had kind of heard he was touring, but I didn't really realize he was coming to Toronto until it was too late. But then it turns out his wife's family lives nearby, and he found out that his wife was pregnant and realized that he probably won't be touring anytime soon. So he decided to throw in one bonus farewell concert in Toronto, because that's just where he was nearby.
Yeah.
And he assembled this band out of just local Toronto musicians he was friends with. They learned the material like the night before. But it was phenomenal. I've been a big fan of this guy for many years. So it was very, very moving to see him perform in person. As you can see, I was very, very close. I took a good tall person spot, I think, of being on the extreme edge of a stage, but right up to the stage, so I wasn't really blocking anybody's view. I don't know, yeah, I cried a bunch. Plays very sad music, a lot of songs about death and loss. But he himself, I think, has never really been doing better. Since his wife died, at least. I think he's really kind of found a new lease on life and has moved through, a very painful grieving process, and now is obviously remarried and building a new life with his new family, and his daughter's still there, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that was very moving too. And then he was just in a very cordial mood, like bantering and joking with people and taking requests and asking the audience stuff. And after what felt like a pretty full set of playing with the band left and he just played solo songs for a while. And then at some point after felt like maybe 45 minutes of that, he goes, "Man, I'm just kind of playing everything I can think of. I'm sorry, you guys have just been standing here the whole time." And then he went, "Okay, I'll play three more." And you really kind of felt that he was like, "Okay, this is probably gonna be the last tour for a while, so I'm just gonna leave it all on the stage here," which was awesome. My only regret is that he doesn't play too much from his really early stuff, like the Microphones era stuff.
Yeah.
And he said before that basically that was music I made when I was 22.
Yeah.
Is when the Glow Part 2 came out. It's I just can't really relate to that anymore. It just kind of feels weird to play it, which is totally fair, but those are still my favorites, so it would have been nice to hear them live. Yeah, it was good. Met up with Erg after.
Yeah.
He was at the show too, but we were in different crowd areas, so we didn't see each other until after.
Big ups, John Lee.
Big ups, John Lee. And then we saw Cave of Forgotten Dreams 3D.
Oh, yeah, that was the same day.
That was the same day. Made a lovely double header.
Great movie.
Artistic entertainment.
Great documentary by friend of the channel, Werner Herzog.
That's right. Yeah, he came on to open Pokemon packs. That's crazy. I still can't believe he did that. All right, what's next?
Babymetal.
Yeah. Babymetal and Black Veil Brides. I got distracted, so I looked over to this monitor and it just says Black Veil Brid. I got a little confused. This is a crazy concert. Black Veil Brides, I think, did an amazing show to begin with.
Yeah.
I had really no knowledge of them whatsoever outside of vaguely remembering the name, so I was very impressed.
Well, they were considered very cringe to like for a very long time. And probably still are, but people just kind of don't care anymore.
The frontman made a comment about that too.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of you only know us from, I don't remember how
when we used to dress like Motley Crue.
Yeah. But he basically was thanking the crowd for turning the fuck up for them.
Yeah, because a lot of people had already showed up to see them, which I thought was cool. I was excited to see them because I've been a fan for a while now. And I haven't really been tapped in for the past couple albums, probably. But I had heard the newer song they had called Bleeders, which is some sort of Sweeney Todd inspired deal. Kind of encroaching on the Ice Nine Kills territory, really. But we give that grace to young players.
No. You smell a lawsuit?
I doubt it. I think they've toured together before. But yeah, so I mean, it was really cool to see them, and they played a good mix too of some of their newer stuff, some really old stuff. You know, obviously the newest single isn't there, but like a couple of like kind of deep cuts from the first couple albums on top of just like, oh, you know, Faithless, Knives and Pens, In the End, you know, kind of the big hits that they always play.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Great set.
And they were just very gracious with the crowd. They were just like very happy to be there.
Yeah.
And they're like making sure to hype up Babymetal a bunch and get excited for them. And there were supposed to be 2 openers. We were supposed to also see Bloodywood, which is a new metal band from India. But they had some sort of problem getting like a visa to get into the country. And I don't know if anything's come out about that. I haven't really looked into it since. I don't know if that was because of the murder in BC.
Oh,
when the Indian government killed a guy on Canadian soil.
Yeah.
There was some sort of like, you know,
There
travel
was
ban or
some
just making
sorta-
things way more difficult for them to get in. But they're coming here this year, and we're gonna go see them. So
That's right. Yeah. So
it'll be
hopefully
cool to get to see that.
they make it in this
hopefully
time.
nothing happens between now and then.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, then Babymetal was fucking unbelievable.
Jaw dropping. Just
Crazy.
It's like one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, I get the gimmick.
Yeah.
They kind of perform like idols. They dance and do the choreography of idols, but they sing metal songs and stuff. And then, you know, they've been around for like 10 years doing this.
Yeah.
20 years, maybe closer to.
No, like, I think closer to like 15.
Maybe
like
15.
10 to 15.
Yeah. So you kind of just get like used to it, I think. As like
they came out in like 2012? Maybe earlier?
I think earlier.
Maybe like
'Cause
2010.
I feel like I knew
but,
about
like,
them before I started going to university. Maybe?
I don't think
know.
that's true.
Maybe not. At any rate, yeah, it's like you get very used to it,
Yeah.
and then, but to see it live, you're like, wait, this is actually like psychotic.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
They're
It's
doing
so sick.
the full choreographed routines and
all
all these
like,
elaborate dances.
Yeah, very
and,
intense choreography that they're all synced up on like perfectly. And, you know, Sue is singing and like
just screaming your head off.
yeah, losing your mind, and then they've got all these crazy videos playing behind them for each song, and they have all these songs with like other bands, so then every time one of those plays, they have usually the music video behind them or some sort of video of the features performing.
Yeah, I really liked how much they were able to kind of switch aesthetics and stuff with the videos.
Yeah.
And do all like the Fox one is really good, and all the iconography of yeah.
That's one of my favorites from them. It was super cool that they basically like opened the show with it after the intro song. Really
the
got
whole
everyone going like immediately.
the whole like kind of narrative of this one too, with the strange videos. Of, the metal era or whatever it was.
Going through to a new metal era. Metal fourth.
Metal fourth, yes. Just really great combo of like deranged idol stuff, deranged metal stuff, and just insanely powerful performances. Crowd was going nuts too.
Yeah.
Maybe the wildest crowd we've seen this year. I don't know. There's definitely some contenders. I don't know.
I mean, the Kendrick show, we were just saying how crazy it was.
Yeah, no. Well, just in terms of like moshing and.
Oh yeah. I'd probably say so then. Yeah.
They also had a lot of people doing.
Oh yeah, the light stick dance stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called. You know what I'm talking? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just said what it was.
What was it called?
I don't remember. You were saying what it was called at the show.
I was like, oh shit, look, it's that.
They're doing Cancole. They're doing Cabedon. They're doing.
Well, I was gonna say Wendan. Wendan is like cheering, but there's another more specific word.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah, great show.
Yeah, super crazy. I mean, I don't love that they've did a collab song with Slaughter to Prevail because their lead vocalist has like weird Nazi allegations that he's never really refuted and just been like, I was young.
Well, Japan doesn't have internet like that.
Yeah, basically. It's like Japan doesn't have internet like that, and it's also like, probably the agency that's in charge of a lot of their stuff doesn't care.
Yeah, no,
But I mean,
that's
and
the idol industry.
the wider public also doesn't seem to care because they're just like a very popular band that gets booked at like festivals and stuff along with touring.
Wow.
So it's just kind of like, okay, guys, if that's what you want. And I mean, like the song goes hard, I guess, but it's still kind of like it's weird.
Yeah.
But you know, they still have other sick collaborations.
Yeah.
Electric Callboy one, Ratatatata. That one
They
was
did
very
one
fun.
with Bloodywood.
Yeah, one with Bloodywood.
Mhm.
It was like Bloodywood on the screen.
Assumedly they would come out normally, but
I would imagine
Alas.
so. Yeah, but, it happens. And I mean, they also the Poppy one. that
Oh,
was
yeah,
relatively
that was-
new at the time of the show. That was really great.
that's somebody else we should try to see is Poppy.
Yeah, I really want to see Poppy.
I've heard Poppy does an amazing live show.
Yeah,
Yeah, good stuff. Architects. So this is back at the casino venue.
Yeah, this is back at Casino.
it's
I
a
think
little-
we saw like the last song of Holy Water.
Yeah. Funny story here. When we were getting tickets, we mixed up where the like floor seating was versus the balcony seating. Or rather, I think on the map it wasn't like really clear that there was a row of like accessibility seats.
Yeah.
Which, you know, Cole has bursitis, can't stand for very long. We were like, all right, maybe this is a good fit. But those were actually seats like on the floor. So we were just sitting behind like a wall of people the whole time.
I like mostly couldn't see anything the whole show.
Yeah, this is me standing up to take a picture.
Yeah.
If I was sitting, it would just be like people's backs. So that's not ideal, but I don't know. It was kind of cool in a way because I realized that like I could just like really zone out and listen to the music. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of unique. I don't remember too much of the era show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it was good. They're another band that like I was very into. Oh fuck, I can't even remember what the album was called. But it was
a while ago.
Yeah, it came out in like 2015 or 2016. It was a great album. I loved it. There was like a big wave at the time of like very spacey kind of metalcore bands doing a lot of like very anthemic, big vibes kind of.
Yeah, okay, I fuck with
kinda
that.
stuff,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So they played a song of that. They played Skylines, which is like my favorite song from them that I'm aware of. But I mean, they played like a bunch of shit that I hadn't heard before, and a bunch of it was sick. And I was
Yeah.
like, I should get back into this band, and then I didn't. I forgot.
Yeah. Well, now you can remember again.
But now I can remember.
There you
it.
go.
Remember it all over again. Yeah, they were a great show. I mean, they have great energy, and especially like since that album, which I think was the first album after, because they had existed before then and had a different screamer, and then the guy who they have now had come in, and the guitarist who was doing all the chorus stuff had like kind of just taken over singing duties, so he was still like a little rough around the edges, but like they sounded really tight, which was really cool.
I remember that. Yeah,
Nice to see
just
that kind
very
of
impressive, very locked in.
Yeah.
So, what you want from your opener?
Yeah, so I don't know, that was a great show, and then Architects was fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
their album last year is one of my favorite albums from last year. I listened to it so much in full that just like every single song from it was on my YouTube Music recap, like all together. It was like the Witch Watch opening, and then like maybe a couple other songs, and then just that whole album, and then other music.
I wonder if you're the only person that has the combo of the Witch Watch opening and Architects.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's
Maybe
a
not,
lot of crossover these days, but
Yeah, really, really sick show. It impresses me. The vocalist did these like vocal runs that just blew my mind.
yeah.
It's I don't know how to do it at all, and I'm not going to try to imitate it, you know, and spare everyone that, but
Yeah.
the way it like escalates up very quickly in like an arpeggio,
Yeah.
and then the notes get like more and more truncated, and then he like breaks into like a scream out of that,
Yeah.
and he would just do that like on command, and every time I was just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy because like,
can I learn how to do that? That's cool.
yeah, he hasn't really done straight up singing for a long time. Like, the first time he did it was a little bit on their 2016 album, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, which like was their like huge blow up album, which was written when Tom Cyril was dying of cancer. And
Oh,
that was,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
kind of his last will and testament, basically, in music form. And it was an incredible album, and they only played a snippet of one song off it. They played part of Gone with the Wind, and he just sung the kind of like bridge part, and it still got me choked up. 'Cause it's just like,
it's heavy stuff.
yeah, heavy stuff.
So-
The album just like means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he hasn't, like, it's been like less than a decade of him doing this, but like you got really good at it really quickly. Like, he just has, and has like always had, a really powerful voice. Like,
Yeah.
even his screams are just like so in your face.
Yeah.
And then being able to transition between them, and like, kind of the weird like pitched scream sing thing he does. Like, he has all these sort of, that's why I was really excited when Courtney from Spiritbox started being able to do those, because it was like he gave her the method. Like, it takes something crazy, because she's like that too, where she can switch back between all these different modes.
It's very, very impressive.
Yeah, so, and I played, I mean, mostly stuff from this new album, and then like, one from All Our Gods, just like a snippet, and then like, a couple from Holy Hell, and then a couple from the 2 albums previous to this, which were a little more like heavy on the radio friendly kind of side, so I was like a little less into them, but they still have good tunes, and hearing them live, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was still
Sometimes
good
stuff
songs
like
to hear
that,
live, but like, I mean,
in the atmosphere, the crowd, and the intensity.
yeah,
They appeal on another level too. Yeah.
but like getting to hear all the big ones off of this album, like Elegy to open it, which I think just has like the sickest fucking vocal tone when he says the sky, the earth, and all between, and that opening, and then he goes and like builds up into the scream, and then it all crashes in. That was so fun. Like, Whiplash is cool. Black Hole is another really great new song they have. Like, I don't know, so many great ones. And then Royal Beggars, I was really excited to hear, because that's definitely another favorite sort of single that they always play. So I don't know, this is another band like I wanted to see them, for basically 10 years. So getting to finally go see them, even though I couldn't
see them per se
for most of the show, unless
because
I
you
was
could pop
really,
up for certain moments you'd want to kind of peer over everybody as much as you could.
But it was awesome. It was super fun, and Sam was, once again, super gracious for the crowd and the audience, and specifically shouted out that, like, they're a British band, and when they first started like touring and opening for acts in North America, a lot of places just did not give them anything and didn't give a fuck about them, basically.
Yeah.
And he said that like playing a show in Toronto was the first time that people like really responded to them.
Nice. He
was like always grateful to us for that, and I think he like was wearing the Canadian flag that someone had in the crowd.
I remember that. Yeah.
So it was just cool. Anytime
Canada fans.
Anytime you go to a concert and the artist wants to shout out that, like, your hometown has some sort of significance to them, it like feels good somehow, even though you didn't do anything.
You feel proud of like the other people in the crowd.
Yeah, it's like we've cultivated a good scene for this kind of stuff here, which is why now we get to have these like huge shows.
Yeah.
Anyways,
speaking of huge shows,
this was Titanic.
Saw My Chemical Romance playing the Black Parade in full.
Yeah.
Opener Pixies.
Yeah, which is fucking
crazy.
Well, they had a different opener for like every show on the tour, and like every opener was just someone crazy.
Pixie show was pretty cool. Got to hear a lot of really all-timer songs there. I'm not like a Pixies like giga fan, but I had
I'm not like a super fan
phase
or anything,
for sure.
I like them for sure. I learned a lot of their songs on bass when I was first learning bass.
Yeah, amazing bass lines for sure.
Yeah.
And
so like I don't know, they're just like a really cool band to get to see live.
Very legendary,
yeah.
And then the My Chemical Romance show, if you want to talk about like stage performance,
artistry
and spectacle and stuff. So they play through the entirety of The Black Parade, which is like a concept album, a full narrative story.
Yeah.
And it's all acted out on stage. I didn't include a picture of that. I didn't actually have a very good picture of that part.
Yeah, I was just
but it was just like mind-boggling. Like,
I was like
barely understand what was
like blowing my voice out singing along to like every single song.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I mean, this was like when I got into them was because the song "Sing," which I think they played in the second set.
I think so, yeah.
Which was on their last album, Danger Days, was in Rock Band Blitz.
Oh.
You remember that game?
No, it was Rock Band Blitz.
So Rock Band Blitz was a version of Rock Band where there's like a track you go along, and like one part is the drum part, one part is the guitar, one part's bass, one part's vocals. You know, if there's a piano part, that's on there too. And you just use your controller, like the face buttons and the directional buttons, as like left and right, and just like play out the rhythms, build up a score multiplier, switch to the next track, build up a score multiplier, switch to the next track, and you have to get them all above a threshold to get to the next multiplier.
I did not know that existed. That is like an adaptation, maybe by the same company, of a game called The Amplitude, which is an old PS2 game.
Was that
does
Harmonix?
the same? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the
sorry.
Rock Band studio.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever put that together. That's the same studio.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that when I was like 12 or something. Whenever I got my PS3, which I think was around when I was 12. And Sing was on there, and I liked that song. And then I had friends at school who were into them and got me to listen to them a little bit. And then they like broke up like immediately.
Cursed.
And kind of went into hibernation for a decade basically. And then right before COVID, they were like, "We're back!" And then COVID happened.
Live music is canceled.
Shoved everything way back. So yeah, I don't know. I've been a really, really big fan. Definitely like a top 3 band for me. Happy to see them after, half my life waiting, basically, and thinking surely they'll have to come back together at some point, just for the money. The money.
And I mean, this freaking thing sold out fast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This was huge. I mean, like the whole Black Parade set, because like, I mean, they have like a live DVD thing of them doing the last shows of the original Black Parade tour in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
That is a hot crowd.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They are super, super there for everything there, and that was also like a big stage production thing. And it's still like everything here is like 211 on that.
Yeah.
And like the whole weird lore of this like fake Russian country Gerard Way has invented. And they all have like weird little fake names for themselves and roles, and there's all this stuff of people getting fucking blown up and executed, and
yeah, like a lot of pyrotechnics.
Yeah, a lot of pyrotechnics, because it's not just like the fire when like the song's going hard or whatever, but also like they give you, when we were walking in, they gave us a thing.
Oh yeah,
and on one side it said chicken, and on the other side it said fish, and I was like, oh, this is some sort of like wedding joke, and it was. And he asked the whole audience to hold up. What do you like, chicken? What do you like, fish? And then there were people who then came out onto this sort of island stage there, and got executed by like a firing squad because of our collective choice of either chicken or fish. I don't remember exactly what, but like that was funny. The whole end of the concert with famous last words, and then he gets stabbed, and then like dramatically falls to his death on the ground and lays there dead, and then this like weird jester clown man starts doing a dance around to the secret track from the album Blood, and then opens his big shirt and reveals he has a bomb vest on, and then a bunch of controlled explosives go off, and he also dies.
Yeah, it's very strange, like Cold War satire, but like when the album came out, it was already kind of like a throwback aesthetic, and now a decade plus later, I find that it's like very charming in a way, because it reminds me of that used to be like the biggest thing in comedy was like post-Soviet parody state stuff. But they just are so full send on it, and there's no like kind of winkingness to it. There's no
it's just like 100% full-throated belief in what they're doing. There is at no point in the whole Black Parade set where they break character or kayfabe. Yeah. Like, not for a second.
Yeah. And it's like, it's meant to be funny and bizarre and surreal, but it's never once did he go like, hey guys, remember this? Or like...
there's nothing like that. It was
no
just like,
lampshading, no winking.
Oh, and they had all these fucking videos behind them of going through industrial wasteland cities, and then they fire off a nuke and destroy like another country. Like, yeah, some real crazy shit, and like Gerard was in full persona the whole time.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, well, it's like, if you've been a fan for the band of a while, wow, I'm fucking up tonight. If you've been a fan of the band for a while, then like, it's not totally surprising, because like he loves doing shit like that. Because it's like, okay, yeah, so I mean, on some level, their first two albums, those tours, like, there wasn't a full-on persona, but he was definitely doing a stage thing to kind of just be more comfortable. And then Black Parade was, like, full artifice. And then Danger Days also was, like, a full sort of character thing, where he was a lot more comfortable just performing regularly, and it wasn't, like, there was a whole, like, we're the this, and we do this, and whatever. But, they still had like lore and music videos, and he wrote like a 4-issue comic run for it. And a bunch of other shit. Like, it was a whole, like, it was a fucking thing. It was a production because he's a theater kid.
Yes.
Like, this guy
this
guy got Liza Minnelli to be on Mama. Like, he's a theater kid through and through. So yeah, I mean, it was super fun to see that. And then, I mean, when they did come out after a little break, there was like a cellist that played.
The cellist did this little interlude while they all got out of costume. And then the original set was back on like the main stage, and then they came out to this kind of island stage in the middle. And there it was like all the artifice was gone. They were like a garage band, it
was like
no gimmicks, no
a whole different vibe.
just
They're
like
in their
bantering,
street clothes,
and
just like telling jokes with each other, and like Gerard was like super relaxed and just talking to the audience and stuff.
And that was like moving in a way, because it felt so like earned, And it's not like have been ride or die with the band for anywhere near as long as you or anything like that, but it felt a little like parasocial, insofar as I was like, wow, man, now we're just like kicking back together.
My friends are here. My friends are here.
Wow, you guys did great. Yeah, let's just chill now. Let's just play some fucking tunes.
And then they played a whole
like second
set list of like a bunch of old hits and some other sort of deep cuts, and like a B-side from the Black Parade album. Like, I don't know, it was
awesome.
It was awesome. It was so sick.
Awesome.
It was just so great, and it felt like it was another one that felt just like a culmination of like an arc for me. Of like, finally, like, we got there. They came back, COVID happened, COVID unhappened, according to who you talk to. Concerts were back regardless. Here we go. So.
And we didn't even get sick.
We didn't get con crud. So.
We had great seats too.
Right at the front of the 200s in the Rogers Center. Closed dome. That was awesome.
Hey. This is another huge one. So coming down with Deftones and Polyphia. This was out at the Rogers Stadium, which is like our festival type venue.
This is like the newest venue in the city, and it's like a seasonal thing where they tear it down for the like fall and winter, and then put it back up for the spring and summer.
Which is crazy, but okay, sure.
Strange and deranged, and why not put a cover over it and make my life easier? But whatever.
As you can see, the venue size is massive.
It's fucking huge.
I think the biggest venue we have.
I think so,
the sound quality though was jaw-droppingly good. Like,
it was great.
I wasn't prepared for that. I kind of thought like going there was kind of a novelty, and I was curious to check it out, but Yeah,
Yeah,
like they
no, it was
could get
actually
so
awesome.
loud, and it's so clear because there's no like echoing or anything, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's in such a like weird, like fucking wasteland part of the city.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Downsview Park is not a thing anymore. There's no airport there anymore. There's just like a highway, and you can like see like way off in the distance. There's apartments and stuff, but
Yeah.
like it's kind
You're
of
kind
just
of in
like
the
a
middle
dead
of
zone.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as middle of the nowhere as you can be while still being accessible by the subway, basically.
Yeah.
Getting there wasn't too bad. Getting home was like a huge pain, and
Yeah,
I
that
could
was
complain
the
about it
whole-
all day.
That was a whole fucking mess.
I really hope this year they have figured out some way to relieve that.
Yeah, because we're going to it twice.
We're
so.
going. Wait, what? For not four twice.
No, we're going
Right,
there.
we're going there twice.
Yeah,
For
Bruno Mars.
Bruno
And
Mars.
Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But that'll be for next year's video. Anyways, this was an amazing concert.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Like, holy crap. Polyphia is a band you got me onto.
Yeah,
Really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Virtuosic.
yeah, just like really over the top, super ridiculously technical guitar music.
That was really cool to see.
Yeah, it was fun to see them. They played just a bunch of great songs. I mean, they're just like funny. They're just like pissing around the whole time.
Yeah.
And kind of like making a joke out of the fact that they're like the opener and most people are not there to see them by just like asking for weird crowd participation and stuff people like want to do.
But you know, I don't mind that. Like,
I think it's fun.
I
like,
don't-
They were having a good time, and it didn't come across as like bitter or something.
yes, yeah, that's
like
the
it
difference.
just came across like we're having fun up here, like we're playing with house money.
And I think too, with a venue like this where it is kind of the festival vibe, and people are going to be trickling in very slowly all the way up until the headliner, it's almost better to have a couple openers that are like chill, you know?
Yeah.
Not that they're chill per se, but you know what I mean. Like,
I mean, Polyphia is pretty chill.
it is in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's extremely technical and dense. It's, yeah, so that was cool. Deftones were awesome.
Yeah, Deftones.
We're in the
Really-
Deftones renaissance right now, I think.
Really, really fucking sick. Yeah, they're like back.
Yeah.
Which is fun. It's funny. Friend of the show, Tim, sent me like a meme the other day about like guy in 1995 to his 17-year-old girlfriend. Have you heard of this band Deftones? Yeah, I saw them on MTV. Guy in 2005 to his 20-year-old girlfriend. Yeah, I saw them on LimeWire. Guy in 2025. Yeah, I saw them on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's the same guy.
And I was like, I had the reverse of that, where I went, yeah, Deftones are really cool, and you were like, yeah, I was alive when Around the Fur came out, man. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's another band that I was never like giga into, but I respected and enjoyed. And then yeah, only this year with their latest album did I start listening to them more.
Yeah,
Got hyped up for the concert, and man, yeah, such a like a heavy driving sound
yeah.
and so relentless. Like
And their new album is like awesome.
it's great.
Like,
Yeah,
all the tracks they played off of it are so sick, and then hearing all the fucking classics from Around the Fur and White Pony and stuff, like, yeah, it was fucking so sweet.
mm-hmm.
And like his voice is great these days.
Yeah.
Because like
I was very impressed.
he sounded really good early on, and then he had like a lot of vocal cord damage. And there was like a pretty long era where people were always talking about how rough he sounded on stage, and like, oh, you know, I don't know, he might have to hang it up at some point. But like, I don't know what the fuck he did. But like, he sounds awesome again. Like, he sounds great, and it sounds like healthy and full, and like, yeah, it was so
Guzzling
sweet.
the stem cells. I don't know, yeah, but that really is impressive, and hopefully doing it in a way that's like super sustainable now too.
Yeah, it seems so.
That I think it seems like they're kind of gearing up for like a second run of a full career, right? Like
Yeah. Well,
that's
they're like
all the indications I've seen. They're going to keep putting out albums.
yeah,
maybe
they want to
touring.
seem to keep going. I mean, they're all like close to 50 now. Like, I think, you know, at this point, most of them have married and had kids and stuff, and the kids have grown up a bit. So I guess they're like,
Man, why not?
let's just get back to it,
back on the road.
the full grind. Which I don't know if they ever really stopped per se, but
Yeah. More. I guess the spotlight wasn't on it as much, or my own attention wasn't as on it. But
Oh, they definitely kind of faded into the background a bit as like a legacy band, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But this definitely just like the whole tour was basically packaged as like, you know, late '90s, early 2000s metal power crossover.
Yeah, because when you talk about guys that still fucking got it,
System of a Down.
Holy crap, man! Yeah, this is a band that I have a lot of like emotional attachment to. When a band that was like kind of out of the wheelhouse of stuff I typically listened to when I was that age. You know, I was like into Radiohead and Arcade Fire and your Pitchfork certified intellectual indie music and stuff.
A bunch of fucking indie folk garbage.
And I can remember when Hypnotize Memorize came out, Mesmerize,
yeah,
being almost a little like guilty pleasure feeling, where I didn't almost want to admit to myself how freaking good it was. And then it was only when we started dating that I like really kind of like came back to those albums and like fell in love with them again. Yeah. And then kind of had what I think is a much more enlightened perspective of like, no, these guys are like geniuses. Like,
yeah, no, there's like
this is like really brilliant music,
incredible music, incredible lyrically. Like every individual member is just like
the messaging is so stimulating,
yeah, the
and
messaging
memorable,
is crazy,
and
which is hilarious because now like all of them except Surge have like brain damage.
But Surge carries it for all of them, and
yeah, well, it's
super
like,
based.
Because I know the drummer is just like I think a full on like Trump guy.
Yeah, it's just surreal,
which is like funny. But then it's like,
do you even listen to your own songs?
Darren Malakian released that song last year with whatever album he did. That was some weird like liberal, you can't cancel me.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm speaking truth to power. It's like, what?
But yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic show. They played just every song, basically. Yeah. All the ones that I loved as a kid, all the ones that I fell in love with again now. As I said, the sound quality was amazing, and I think what I really took from this and just kind of like I really, really appreciated from this concert is just how brilliant melodically they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that I think came through with the lack of like reverberation and echo and just like overwhelming sound.
You definitely hear the like pure tone basically.
Yeah, and his singing too, like oh my god, just so much talent. I'd say the only downside was we had seats, but like everyone fucking stands the whole time at these concerts. I don't really understand why. They have to stand because the people in front of them are standing. Yeah. But then why are they standing? So people, we can all just sit down. If we all just sat down at once, it would be Gucci.
Yeah, I paid like fucking $200 to sit in a chair, and then for the last fucking 90 minutes of the show I'm at, actually stand up the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the point? And the guy in front of me also, at one point, started buying, like, USB-C cables on his phone
on Amazon.
And I was just like, what are you doing? Okay, then sit down and do that at least. Why are you standing here buying USB cables and blocking our view?
I appreciate that for whatever reason. I guess because Deftones were not technically, like, the main act, even though they played like as equally long a set. So I guess people didn't feel like obligated to stand or something. I was able to just fully enjoy the show and the stage presence because Chino was like a maniac.
Yeah, he was.
When he really gets going and starts just fucking running around with like the cord all around his neck and shit. Yeah, so this was, I was like,
that was a little, yeah.
I was having to find my sight lines here just to see like one of the big screens on the side to get like the feed of what was happening. But like, even with that, you can't beat seeing System of a Down, man. Yeah. Like this is one of the goats. Like,
and who knows when we'll ever get this opportunity again?
Yeah, like
they tour very solemnly. They don't put out new music.
They tour very rarely. Everyone else but Surge wants to make a new album, and he just keeps being like, I don't think I have the right whatever for it. He just wants to make... It seems like he's just gotten very in his head about like their status and like what a System of a Down album needs to be and stuff, and seems to find himself feeling a lot more freed artistically, just putting stuff out under his own name, and it can just be anything.
Yeah. which is respectable.
And I mean, it happens to a lot of people who feel like there's too much pressure to impress their fan base.
I think it's better than the opposite of like cash grab
Just
legacy
like
album
slop
sequel, and it's just slop, and
Toxicity too.
you're like, yeah, oh yeah, that's what they would do, right?
Yeah,
if they wanted to sell out Toxicity 2, you'd make $20 million, and the album sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happens, right? And I mean, I don't know for them if it's even just a fear of like, you know, everyone loved the original Tool stuff, and then after forever they came out with an album, and it was just like, well.
Yeah. It's really hard to live up to that.
Yeah.
But so we saw him when we saw him, and it was phenomenal.
Sweet ass show.
Another one you weren't at.
Yep.
This is Moom, the Icelandic band.
I went to see Moom.
This is a band I've loved for a long time. This is more what I was listening to back then, typically. Their first 2 albums are among my all-time favorite albums, like both top 5 probably all-time for me. And then the lineup of the band changed pretty significantly. The twin sisters that were kind of like the heart of it left. And ever since then, they hadn't really put out anything that interested me much. They put out a new album this year that actually featured more of the original lineup. But I liked it just okay. It was nice, but definitely not as compositionally ambitious, and didn't really have the emotional tone that made the first few albums very, very special to me. So when I found out about this concert, I wasn't really even sure if I would go, despite, you know, obviously having such strong attachment to the band, just because I didn't want to just hear a bunch of their new stuff and be disappointed or whatever. But I'm really, really glad I did. This was a really wonderful concert. The opener was one of the twins, Kristin and Valtysdottir, who did a really fascinating solo cello performance where she had like the loop pedals would just loop over herself until it became this very compositionally rich multi-track cello thing, and then sing over top of that in her very haunting, you might call it Bjork-esque voice. And then she also rapped at one point, which was fascinating. I don't know if I told you that.
No, that's odd.
She dropped a few bars. She was basically just like, I did this over COVID because I was bored and I wondered if I could. So please indulge me. But it was very charming. It was really not what I expected to see. And then the whole band comes out. It's like 7 or 8 of them, all on a variety of instruments at different times, kind of meandering around the stages, picking up different things for different parts. They did indeed play quite a few of the bangers back from their first few albums, which I think are pretty widely regarded to be like their masterpieces. They played Green Grass of Tunnel, which was the opening track of their second album. Fantastic song. And a lot of people in the audience got like lit. Like there was these kids in front of me that were just like, yeah, and started like going nuts. And then I looked it up, and that song out of nowhere now has like millions of views on YouTube. So at some point it must have gotten onto the TikTok.
Most likely, yeah.
And became a TikTok song or something like that. So that was a little confusing, but I was here for it.
What happens these days?
I was here for the energy. I still don't know the whole story there, but that was awesome. They played The Land Between Solar Systems, which might just straight up be my favorite song of all time. It's the final track of their second album. It's like 13 minutes long. Here they went even longer and just kind of marinated in it, and I was weeping profusely, of course. It actually unlocked some like mysteries for me, that a few of the things that were on that song that I assumed were just like synths turned out to be like a melodica. There was one sound effect that was actually achieved by like dripping water, and the guy on drums actually did just hold up a little bottle and can and drip water, and I was like, oh my god, that's the sound. Yeah, it was great. Their new stuff, I think, in this context, I enjoyed a lot more too. Just seeing how much fun they were having playing it. It felt like it'd really been written to tour because, you know, they've been releasing music here and there for a while, but they hadn't been touring any of it. So I think whatever led to this album also led them to want to tour. It's very funny. The lead guy was like, we haven't played in Toronto since, I'm not sure. Have we played in Toronto? Has anybody here seen us play in Toronto? Guy put his hands up and he's like, really? Yeah, when was that? And he was like, 2000. And he's like, oh God, when you said that, it sounded like you said 1940. So it had been a long time since they toured. So I think they were really enjoying themselves too. It's a lovely band made up of like middle-aged Icelandic people that are just rocking out, you know.
Yeah.
Very wholesome. Yeah, great show. Afterwards, they were selling albums, and they were just gonna like chat with people. And I kind of wanted to like wait in line and chat, but it seemed like everybody there was waiting in line to chat, and it's definitely a band that has like a cult following.
And you just stood for like 3
and I just
hours.
stood for all this entire time, and I was hungry, so I just left and went to A&W, and I don't really regret it.
Oh, pardon me.
Whew. All right, what's next?
Boris.
Oh,
Yeah.
This might be the finale. I don't think we saw any concerts after this. I think
I
this
don't
is the
think
last
so.
one.
Yeah.
But what a way to close out the year. Holy shit.
This was so awesome.
This was
Yeah.
phenomenal concert. Shout outs to the Phoenix, where we saw them. First off, there was an opener. I forgot to put the opener on here.
Yeah.
Not really first off. We can talk about the opener too. But first off, the Phoenix, extremely accommodating.
Yeah, I'm going to look up the opener while you...
Saw Cole coming in with the cane. I had emailed ahead to be like, hey, is there any seating at all? It's just GA. My boyfriend can't stand for long periods, so like we're just wondering if there's any options. They never got back to me. We were just kind of like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll see what happens. We'll figure something out. But they picked you out immediately and were like, hey, come with us. Took us to like a couch that was positioned such that this was the view we had.
Yeah.
Phenomenal view.
Incredible view.
Incredible view. I really got to give them huge props for that. That was really, really nice that they were able to do that for you.
Yeah, that was really cool of them because, the last time we were here was for the Wonder Years Greatest Generation 10th year anniversary tour in 2023. And at that time, they were selling balcony.
Mm-hmm.
And the balcony has like couches or something because it's also like a nightclub.
Yeah, there we knew we were getting balcony.
We were able to sit for sure.
And we knew we were able to get a couch.
Yeah.
But here, it was like, I don't know what's going to happen.
But yeah, then they immediately like fucking radioed to someone. And it was like, oh, someone's going to help you. And then they came out and I was like, yeah, I'm just here with my girlfriend. And took us like straight through basically.
Comes in handy sometimes, these fucked up knees ears.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly turned this into an awesome experience. Like, getting to be really right up close to the stage and feel it in your whole soul when they start smashing that gong and stuff. Like,
yeah. Who's the opener?
Uniform,
right. They were really cool.
Yeah, and the vocalist had like a broken arm.
Yes.
But he was still doing like crazy hardcore guy stuff.
Yeah.
He had one broken arm.
They had 2 drummers.
Yeah.
Real kind of heavy, intense, aggressive, industrial vibe.
Yeah.
Which I liked. It's the discordant screaming. That's the sort of band I thought Loathe would be.
Yeah.
Given the name Loathe.
Yeah.
A band that feels like it has hate in their heart, but not in a Nazi way, which is good.
Yeah.
And hopefully a politically based way, or at least neutral. Yeah. They were very, very good. They played a great set. And then Boris just, like, annihilated it. Like, holy crap.
This was the Pink 20th anniversary tour. Do you remember Pink Days?
Which I think is my favorite Boris album. It's the one I listened to the most, for sure. I was really, really into them when they came out with that.
Pretty up there. Like, that one... Heavy Rocks. Well, I think they've called like 5 of them Heavy Rocks, but like the 2000s.
The early 2000s Heavy Rocks,
Heavy Rocks one. Flood.
They love naming things Heavy Rocks and then also naming things Boris with the wrong ear,
Yeah.
which is a fun gimmick. They are like playful in a way.
Yeah, they're
you
like
know?
having fun. Fucking Wata is just so cool.
Yeah, man.
And that's so funny every time I see a tweet from her and it's just her being like, I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah, she's great. They were just so like locked in, and yet like such an over the top intense stage presence too, like banging the big gun, the gong, and all the flourishes, and playing the double neck. And it's tough to like thread that needle, I think, where you go all in like that, but it's like not at all corny or performative, you know. But rather it just really seems authentically like who they are. And then the songs are just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Boris was like a pretty early kind of piece of connection for me and you, I would say.
That's true, yeah.
Because they were, of course, featured in incredible Japanese extreme film Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
Where
it's a real fucked up film.
Crazy, awesome movie, but also it has like 2 Boris songs. Because they also have one from that album Rainbows with Michio Kurihara or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Farewell from Pink. And then also Last Flowers from In Rainbows,
which
side B.
They put Last Flowers in twice.
Yeah.
It plays twice in the movie, which I actually really fuck with. It's like how The Departed has Gimme Shelter twice.
Yeah.
Which apparently Scorsese did by accident. And then was like, let's put them both in. And then we watched that movie very early when we were hanging out. And you told me about it. And you were like, oh, you want to watch it? Oh, sure, let's check it out. And I was like, oh, this guy's got good taste. This guy's showing me some interesting stuff. This was phenomenal. Another funny little prank they did was when they said, we're just going to play one more song.
And then they played like 20 minutes of one of their like extremely long songs.
They played the entire A-side of, what is that album called? Amplifier?
I think so, yeah.
Which was really, really, really cool to hear live.
Yeah.
Just this multi-movement odyssey.
Yeah.
I think in general, too, they did an amazing job structuring the set between super fast, super intense songs and then just, like, the drone. And they were really willing to just, like, sit on, like, big drone notes. Ones where they're just riffing, like, dun, dun, banging the gong and shit. Oh, my God. I don't know. I was thinking about the movie we saw, Surat, when he's talking about the kind of amplifier worship of ravers and stuff too. I think I got into that headspace a bit of like everything just melts away and you just hear this like pulsing loud drone. It was so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was sweet.
All right, any closing thoughts? Oh, we were gonna do top 3 of the year.
Oh yeah. Well, here I gotta hit you with a bonus round.
Oh yeah. You saw.
I gotta talk about
the one you saw that I didn't.
Yeah, here I'll play it. Park. Toronto, 25. See if we can get some sort of picture. Open image in YouTube.
There you go. Yeah.
Good enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself?
No. That's okay. Yeah, so me and my friend Matthew Percy, who is like one of my closest friends, and we have known each other since we were like 6. And when they put Linkin Park music in the Michael Bay Transformers movies, we got really, really into Linkin Park when we were kids. So this is a band that has like a lot of pretty huge personal meaning to both of us, and we're just both really big fans of. And then, you know, Chester Bennington passed away in 2017, which was, you know, pretty depressing.
Yeah.
Pretty heartbreaking. And then they were quiet for a really long time, and then they came back last year or the year before or whatever with their new album From Zero, their new vocalist Emily Armstrong, who was in a band called Dead Sarah. That was actually pretty sick. And yeah, I don't know, it's good. I like it. You know, it's not like perfect album or whatever, but like there's cuts on there that have the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's cuts on there that feel like Linkin Park.
They still got the sauce.
They still got stuff going on. Because, I mean, every other member of the band is still involved and was involved in writing the album. It's just that one or two of them don't really want to tour anymore, so they have, like, a tour.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I know at least
it's good they worked that out.
At least one of their guitarists, because he used to always wear the big muffler headphones on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't tour with them anymore, but he was writing the album, but he probably just has like kids or something.
Yeah,
they're all in their 40s, like, you know. So
touring life ain't easy.
Yeah, so this is another one me and him went together, and it was just like a big culmination kind of feeling, and like it was a super cool show. This band PVRIS opened, who I was like a fan of when they kind of first came out in like 2012ish or something, and then I haven't really listened to them in a really long time, but you know, it was cool to see them again, and they played like 2 songs I remembered and a bunch of new stuff I'd never heard of that I thought was fun. And the vocalist Linkin was wearing a Hooters hat, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, shoutouts Hooters.
Shoutouts to Hooters. Yeah, and she came out to do a song with them early on in the concert as well. But like, yeah, I mean, they just played every single hit basically, all their new ones, all the old ones. Like the only one they didn't play that I wanted to hear was Given Up, but that's like a really tough song on your voice because it has like a 17-second long scream. So
yeah, you can't be doing that every night.
Yeah, and Heavy's The Crown, which is one of their new ones, also has like a fucking 14-second long scream or something. So like you probably don't want to double up too often. Fair enough. But I mean, yeah, it was just like fucking every song that starts playing, you're like, oh, this is a classic. And
yeah.
They play some hits to hype you up at the start, and then they go through some deeper cuts. They played The Cataclysm, I think it's called, or something like that. The one from 1,000 Suns that I was playing you.
Oh yeah. That's a cool song.
Yeah, that one's really, really cool. So getting to hear that was like, oh wow, they're even playing this stuff, because people are not super into 1,000 Suns, like more than One More Light, which basically just sounded like David Guetta with Chester Bennington on it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, no one liked that album really. So I was not shocked they didn't play any of that stuff. But otherwise, I mean, basically every other
all the ones that I would know.
Yeah, basically like.
I assume they ended with In the End. Because you know it's. I
think they had something that was definitely in the final.
The final run of
songs. I feel like, what did they finish with? They had like Numb. They had Paper Cut.
Yeah.
In the end, maybe What I've Done was there too, or that might have been early. They played New Divide as well, which was on the Transformers 2 Revenge of the Fallen soundtrack. That's a song way, way, way better than that film deserves. The same with how Paramore made Monster, and it got picked up for Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon, and it plays over the credits, and it's just like, this is so much better than anything I just saw.
Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, there's like evil robots on the dark side of the moon or something. I don't really remember what happens in that.
It's a great 30 Rock joke where she sees a poster for Transformers Planet of the Earth written by no one. Let's see.
Yeah. So Line from
You I really
Crawling,
like. That was one of my favorites as a kid.
Emptiness Machine, which was their comeback single. That's a great song. Yeah, The Catalyst. That's it, not The Cataclysm.
Okay,
that's a
yeah.
fucking Warcraft expansion. Damn it. Up From the Bottom, which is like I think they released it after the album, but it's a new one, and it immediately was getting play on like the Leafs broadcasts and stuff. So you know, they did a little Fort Minor.
Remember the name?
Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah, the whole fucking Mike Shinoda verse was so fun. He was like fucking walking around and stuff, like just spitting all of it. And that was also cool because I think it was around then that they went out into the crowd and he just kind of picked out a fan that he saw rocking out really, really hard against the guardrail, who was there with her friends, and was just like, hey, you know, it's cool you're here. How long have you been a fan and stuff? And was like, okay, for you. And he took his hat off. And it was, I guess they probably do this at every show, but on the inside it had been signed by every member of the band. And he was like, this is for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then, yeah, one step closer, you know, over each other. Also, a new one's pretty fun. What I've done is there. No, Instagram bleeded out. It's great. And then, yeah, they came out for a paper cut in the end and Faint. That was a Faint.
All right.
But yeah, that's the thing with like seeing them and then being like, oh, I can't remember what ended, is that they have so many awesome songs that could have been the final one. Like even just them doing the encore intro.
Encore.
Hit the can I get an encore?
Do you want more?
Yeah, like
that's so good.
yeah, they're one of my fucking favorite bands ever. It was so cool to see them with one of my best friends. Like, yeah, it was awesome. So
yeah,
there you go.
That was in between My Chemical Romance and System of a Down, maybe, or earlier. I can't remember.
I think it might have been. Okay, well, here's an easy way to find out. One more. August 8th.
Okay, so
it was
around
between Babymetal
here.
and Architects.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because then I saw Linkin Park, and then a week later we saw Architects, and then a week later we saw My Chemical Romance.
It was an intense concert summer.
Yeah.
All right, what would you say are your top 3 of the year?
That's a tough one.
I think top 3 is like a fair.
Yeah.
They're all great.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
not like we want to rank all of them. I think there's no point in that. But
gushed effusively about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like.
By the way, there is a wrong answer. There's an answer that'll leave you sleeping on the couch. Let me tell you that.
I'm not doing that.
Number 4.
I'm not.
Number 4 at number 1.
I'm sorry, I'm not ranking your fucking yearly Good Friday concert that I go to every year.
Fair enough. Okay.
Well, you say yours. I gotta think about it.
I'd say. Mm, 3.
Yeah.
2. 1.
Okay.
Oh, that's yeah. No, yeah.
Immediately
fuck.
I
think so.
Yeah. I think for me, 3, number 2, Linkin Park, and then number 1, My Chemical Romance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good year of concerts.
Good year of concerts.
We got another good year coming up.
Yeah, we already have like 9 or something.
Yep.